It looks a lot better than light on. Probably should have done that earlier. Right. Part 4, and I'm going to lean back so that I'm not obscuring Al again. Right, general sort of news and a roundup. Since the Burning Table was last online, we've had two rather tragic deaths. Mainly Test has sadly passed away, and Musawa from Pro Wrestling Noah. I'm not going to pretend to know a lot about Japanese wrestling, but I do know a damn good wrestler when I see one, and it's a bloody tragedy, really, in both cases.
Absolutely.
Although obviously Test wasn't that much involved in the Japanese wrestling scene, but always bad news, essentially, when that happens. Anything like that?
Well, it seems the amount of wrestlers who've died of other than heart attacks isn't really many in the past few years. It seems to be heart-related diseases that a lot of times trace back to drugs. And other than that, I can't think of many wrestlers who have actually passed away of anything else.
I have to say that I was led to believe that Misawa was a heart attack, as I just told you, just moments ago.
I'm not sure we've got any evidence to suggest that Misawa was drug related.
It apparently was spinal damage.
Yes.
Rather than anything heart related that killed Misawa.
Yes.
Was the Test one pointed towards?
The Test one has been pointed towards
did.
the use of steroids and supplements to increase muscle mass, etc., etc. I mean, it was mainly Test that was a main commentator when Eddie Guerrero died a few years ago, and on his online blog, and he was wondering when people were going to wise up, and it was going to be acknowledged that this was doing more harm than good, and it's just a shame that he asked the question who's going to be next, and the sad truth was it was him. So there you go. And so just to the Burning Table acknowledges both, and is saddened by their loss, essentially. Right, moving on to something maybe a bit brighter. Me and Tom have been talking a lot recently about the WWE's decision to go PG-13.
This could be death in another sense.
Yeah, well, yeah, but this is it. I got completely fed up of wrestling the first time round in 1996, and the match that really killed it off for me was the Iron Man match, WrestleMania 12, because I just got so bored watching that, and in the end I just looked and went, there's just two guys just fannying on, flapping about, and I'm never going to watch it again. And I didn't watch wrestling for 3 years until King of the Ring 1999, and that's when I got back into it and have been back into it since. I'm at the risk of, I'm at 28 years old, and I feel that the WWE has completely lost me.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. There's something that's happened even in the past 6 months that's made me go from extremely interested to feeling like it's dead in the water, from my perspective.
Yeah.
It's doing nothing to impress at the moment, which is it's sad. It does upset me because I feel I'm not going to stop watching it anytime soon. I don't think. I think I'm still going to make the effort in the hope that something may happen that can spark my interest again. But as I said to you, there's definitely a gap that's been left.
And a gap which is being filled at the moment by UFC, which I never thought I would get into. I never thought I would, I'm going to really take delight in watching two guys properly kick each other's heads in. But it's all the stuff I've seen so far in the last month or so has been pretty phenomenal. And I've got quite well into it. Al?
No, I'm a 17-year veteran, and I'll stick with it. I've saw the shite before, and it's never put me off. So I'll keep on watching it.
See, I think that might be the difference.
And if it gets really bad, I've got all my 80s tapes.
Fair enough.
So you're saying
I lapsed as well. WrestleMania 10.
That's brilliant!
Lost me. I don't know why.
Another ladder match!
I didn't watch it beyond that, and I didn't watch it again until 2001.
Wow.
So there was a fairly big gap for me.
Yeah, it's really big. What, 7 years? 94 to yeah, 7 years.
Yeah.
Great.
It was Royal Rumble 2001 that got my attention again.
That was
good.
good. Yeah,
It was outstanding, but yeah, that. And I think it seems to. It's maybe we who have not quite got the faith to stick with them through the difficult times.
Well, as I say, we've been sticking through the difficult times, because let's face it, wrestling had its last boom period, the Attitude Era, which ended around about 2000. By 2001, the moment they bought WCW, that was it as far as the Attitude Era was going. We were moving on to something else. And even then, everyone was like, oh, it's got rubbish, and once it's got rubbish. And the whole thing that McMahon said was, it's a cyclical business, it'll come back round, we'll have another boom period soon, it's just going through a lull. 2001, 2002, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's still not picked up. And that's 8 years now since they bought WCW.
I find, it's getting worse when you go for a year and think, that was a very good year. Like, mine's not 2000, didn't like 2000 much, so that was a very good year. But now look back on it, I think, that was a good year compared to what we got now.
Yeah.
You always find the previous year is
yeah.
better, because...
No, I like 2000 for Triple H and The Rock's program over the summer. And the storylines I think have a lot more logic then than they do now, when it's just all thrown together.
I think the main thing is there's no competition for them. But not only that, it means
That is
they
proper.
can't bring in established stars to start straight away. Like in the early days, they could bring in the likes of the Big Show. It was already big in WCW, so they didn't have to do any work.
Genuine, oh my god moment whenever
they didn't
someone
have to
jumped
do any
ship,
work
yeah.
to them, but now they have to start from scratch to build superstars' reputations.
And they haven't.
And that's what they find very difficult to do. They've got people like Legacy, that were just essentially jobbers, who could be really talented, but they just haven't been doing stupid storylines of like getting beat up Shane McMahon and stuff. And it's make people believable, and it's that's what they haven't got.
You probably ask the question though, what would Legacy still be where they are if they weren't the sons of Dusty Rhodes and Ted DiBiase Sr.? Because that's all the guys you seem to be bringing up now seem to be the sons
Living off the father's
of
reputation.
previous wrestlers. I give you Cody Rhodes, Ted DiBiase Jr., D.H. Smith, Randy Orton, yeah, it was probably a little bit further down the line than the other three examples are. There appears to be a lot of that now.
Snookers?
Yeah.
Well, he got released.
Did he?
He's got released.
I must have
He's
missed that.
gone.
Probably a good thing. Can't say Juice and Domino
No.
were particularly enthralling to watch.
No. But I mean, that's it. I mean, I just find that, the more, and I never thought it would happen, but they seem to have just, okay, the WWE will probably pick up more fans now from the kids' point of view and get younger fans in, and they'll probably stick with it for the next few years. But I just feel that it's kind of irritating in the way that you've just kind of been dumped on. When you've stuck with them in the last sort of decade, you watched it from then, and
Suddenly,
because of the sake of Vince can make more money out of advertising for the, young'uns, that's it. It's, bye bye. And it's almost as if they expect you to move on to UFC, which is what's happening for me at the moment.
I'm happy for Dana White to have my money.
Pretty much at the moment, yeah. I'm happier for Dana White to have my money than Vince McMahon.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I feel Dana White will probably spend it more wisely. You don't see a UFC films division for a start.
I don't see it happening either.
No.
At any point.
Because it's logical.
They could do with buying Bruce Buffer a new suit.
Could it?
I can't help but notice he wears remarkably similar suits.
Maybe he just likes that suit.
Be nice for
How
a
much
bit of
is-
variation.
How much does Bruce Buffer get paid for just elongating his words? Not much. You got to be able to save up
He's
for
the
that.
master of elongation.
He's got to well, that should be on his business card. Bruce, the master of elongation Buffer. Hello, ladies.
I don't know this man is.
Bruce Buffer's the announcer. We'll play the game. We'll watch the thing.
He's not the old WCW ring announcer now. He used to do that role.
He might have been.
Oh, let's get ready to rumble.
That might be the guy.
Ah, he used to do
Yeah.
WCW, yeah. So I don't
On
know
that note, we'll leave it there. Bruce Buffer ends the this month's show. Hopefully we'll be back next month, unless we've totally lost interest in the review by then and we want to go home.
Can I possibly interject briefly? Have we got time?
No, we're
Ah,
out.
it is.
What was your moment?
Cross promotion.
Oh, sorry, no.
Ah.
That's alright.